Recording.
Hi, I'm trainer Tasha Jackson, and tonight I'm throwing my husband an Arizona Wildcats football party. But because I'm a personal trainer, I just didn't feel comfortable with having people coming into my house and serving them chips and hot dogs and burgers, because that's just not what we eat. So I've spent today trying to come up with some healthy alternatives of things that you could serve at like a football party without piling on the calories. So I have made these mini pizzas. They are 100 calorie wheat breads, and then I've just put a bit of tomato sauce underneath. They've got chicken and sweet corn, and then I have used 2% milk mozzarella cheese and a bit of feta, which is a really low fat cheese. And as you can see, I've mostly got chicken and the sweet corn and just a sprinkling of cheese, so you still get that pizza taste and flavour. And so I'm going to see if the boys notice or feel disappointed that we're not having a Domino's. And then my other types of pizza that I've done so far, these are ham and mushroom with some black olives and the same. All I'm doing is sprinkling like a little bit of feta cheese on here, because feta's actually like goat's cheese and it's really low in fat, but it's got great flavour, so it means that you don't need to use so much of it. But then I'm just going to mix in a little bit of the 2% mozzarella and sprinkle that over the top here. And then for these ones, I'm actually going to use a bit of oregano for flavour. I know you Americans pronounce that quite differently. Oregano. So I'm just sprinkling that on the top. And I'm just going to put those on in the oven for about 20 minutes at 400 degrees. And just while I've just prepped them, because they can get going while everyone's here, I have got some chicken marinating right here. This is just breast of chicken with some lemon juice, some lemon rind and some black pepper. And I've done one more. This one's not quite as healthy because this one's olive oil and pesto. And so this is going to be a like sort of kind of pesto basil chicken, but this one's quite high in fat. So, but my lemon one's got
basil and oregano for those scoring at home.
Perfect. Thank you for the American translation. But then we have, but this one's got no added fat. It's just lemon and it's just chicken. And I'm going to be serving them as an alternative to chicken wings that are probably one of the worst things ever for you. And we'll get some feedback later on of what the boys think. One of the things you usually get at house parties in America are chips and salsa. And I really don't like corn chips that much. So I was online today trying to research some healthier options than corn chips. And the most healthy one I could find, and this seems so LA and crazy, is making kale chips. Right, I must be the only person in the world that's having people over. I haven't tested this. I have no idea whether it works or not. I have no idea how it is. But basically, it's some pieces of kale put in a pan with a drizzle of olive oil. I use some brown rice vinegar and a little bit of salt and pepper to season. And I'm just going to put them in the oven and try and crisp them up. And we'll see how that we get on. And then I've actually made a homemade salsa. This is tomato and onion and some peppers and some spinach all cooked up, and then I've left it, and some garlic, and I've left it to cool off in the kitchen. And our new neighbour brought us these over and went, be careful, they're really hot. And my salsa's quite hot. As I kind of tested it afterwards a little bit too late. The salsa's pretty hot. Now the other thing I've got, instead of having corn chips to go with the salsa, is I'm just going to slice some of these and bake them quite a similar way when I've got some more space in the oven. So these are wheat tortillas. They're still about 120 calories for like a whole thing. So if you imagine that you've had like 16 of these, it's still quite a lot of calories, but it's a lot less fat and a lot less preservatives than if you're having normal corn chips. So I was a little bit unrealistic on boys watching football doing me video testimonials of what they thought of my food. But I just wanted to feed back to you. Probably the biggest surprise hit was the kale chips. Everyone loved them. They were amazing. They kind of melt in the mouth, or in your tongue. They were awesome. Everyone loved the healthy pizzas. And everyone really, really loved homemade salsa, and everyone was blown away by rather than having like bagged chips that always make you feel really heavy where the corn swells up in your stomach, of like the wheat tortilla corn chips that are just baked in the oven, just went down really, really well. So it was a really big success, and I think what I learned was people just eat when they're watching TV, whatever's put in front of them. So you don't have to serve unhealthy food, even though that's what everyone does, because everyone was really happy to eat a healthy alternative and everyone felt better afterwards.